morning. Welcome to morning practice. Please practice as always according to your conditions. You may do the variations if you feel very comfortable with them and you know them well. Otherwise, please be mindful of your limitations and your abilities. And remember, the practice is an offering, so how you're feeling is to an extent affecting everybody. So try to practice in a way that will make you feel good so that that gets transmitted to all beings. So on that note, let's begin. Just close the eyes, bring the attention inward. Before creation, what existed? God was always there in the midst of it all, the divine force that resides within all beings and will still be there even beyond the end of this universe. Attune your mind, your heart to that divine supreme consciousness now. Lord Krishna said to Arjuna in that sacred, you find these passages in the Bhagavad Gita, sacred text of yoga. Fix your mind on me alone. Rest your thoughts in me alone. And in me you'll live hereafter. Of this there is no doubt. May all beings everywhere be happy and free from suffering and enjoy this practice through our senses. May we always have a strong desire for that liberation, that knowledge that liberates us from pain and suffering. And may we cherish no ill feelings against each other. Only peace, love, joy, and compassion. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Release the hands down now. Start off with Kapalabhati. It's a purifying technique that helps to stimulate the navel chakra. Also helps to purge all the impurities out to the lungs, as I said, and to generate some heat. And through the generation of heat, that helps to promote that release of those toxins. So just imagine you're throwing the belly button in front of to the front of the spine. Really concentrate on the exhale. Don't worry about the inhale. Happens as a result of the pressure built up by the exhale. Keep the body nice and still. If you want, you can push your two fingers in towards the belly button just to promote that. If you get tired, you can just slow it down or just release. Just don't go as hard. And when you feel ready, you can start again. So it's about 1 exhale per second. Both hands in Yana Mudra. Second finger and thumb connected. Other 3 fingers on the knees. So we'll do a couple of rounds. On the end of it, we'll also do a breath retention. For the breath retention, you're breathing from the base of the spine all the way up to the top of the chest. Raise the chest as you breathe in, fill up the lungs. Then when you hold the breath, you tuck the chin into the chest. You keep the back straight, and the back will stay straight as a result of having your chest up high. The tongue to the roof of the mouth behind the teeth. Contract the root muscles. The pelvic floor lifts up. Pull the belly button towards the navel, the root, the body up towards the navel, and the attention of the space to the eyebrows. Okay, so let's begin. Sing tall and straight. Exhale completely. Empty the lungs. Inhale part way. Begin when you're ready. Exhale, push all the air out of the lungs. Now the breath retention, inhale. Lift the chest, inflate the lungs, then hold the breath, chin on the chest, keep the back straight, all the attention to the space in the eyebrows. Again, the root lock as well, the throat lock. Everything stops, all the mind fluctuations, the emotions, and even the body completely still. Slowly exhale. Try not to explode the breath out of the body. Let it go really gradually. Deflate the lungs. From the solar plexus, a source of inner power, inhale up to the crown. Imagine you're drawing your power up there to empower all beings. Exhale back down to the solar plexus. Inhale again. Draw more of your power up there to the crown. Watch it rise up. And back down to the solar plexus. You try to keep that passage open. Imagine that power just continuously supplying the supply at the top of the head. So breathe normally for a couple of cycles. And take it to half breath. And begin when you're ready. Continue. Five, four, three, two, one. Exhale completely, push all the air out. From the solar plexus again, from the base of the spine, inhale up to the top of the chest. Lift the chest up high and then breath retention. Kumbhaka, chin on the chest, tongue to the roof of the mouth behind the teeth. All the attention to space between the eyebrows. Lift the pelvic floor up. Push it towards the navel and push it back towards the back wall of the body as well. Keep your attention at the space of between the eyebrows to draw the attention there, to draw the prana there. Slowly exhale. From the solar plexus, inhale up to the crown. Imagine all beings tapping into your power that you feed that source with. Exhale all the way back down to your own internal supply. Solar plexus. Again, from the solar plexus up to the crown. Keep sending your power up there. Exhale back down to the solar plexus. Keep opening up and keep that passage open so that the power can flow freely. Just keep your mind fixed on, keep your attention fixed on the space in the eyebrows now for a moment. Through the practice, the mind becomes quiet. This removes the cravings and desires that are caused by the restlessness of the mind. When the mind is quiet, as Dharmaji says, you see everything with love. Your focus It's taken away from your own body, your own needs, your own desires. Try to keep your attention clear so that you can fix it on higher things, higher intentions. So now direct those intentions towards all beings everywhere. Imagine this practice as your divine duty to all beings everywhere. Direct your love and all the benefits and all the fruits to all beings. So let's begin with that in mind. So let's come to standing. Okay, so now let's charge up the body with your energy. Bring the feet about 10 inches apart. Raise your arms above the head. From the soles of feet, inhale your energy right up to the fingertips. You have to visualize that energy rising right up through the body. Then holding at the fingertips, hold the breath. Exhale, follow the breath back down to the feet. Feel the charge rippling right through the body. Inhale, feel that surge of earth's energy right up through the body to the fingertips. Use your tension to attract it all the way up there. Then hold it again at the fingertips, hold the breath. Exhale all the way back down to the soles of the feet. One more time, pull your energy right up through the body to the fingertips. Hold it there, hold the breath. And exhale all the way back down. Feel fully charged. Make use of that energy throughout the practice. So now we're going to do some exercise to promote further, to generate more heat, to promote further release of the impurities. Sweep the arms up, inhale, and down, exhale. Inhale straight up with the arms, spread the fingers, exhale, form fists as you pull the hands down. Do the exercise as the figure and breathing with enthusiasm. And now extend the arms in front. Exhale, same movement. Pull them in, same gestures with the hands. And then release the arms down. Swing the arms back and forth. Try to throw the arms back behind the ears. And then release. Now arms up over the head, inhale. Exhale, throw the body down. The belly comes against the thighs. You can bend your knees a little bit. And coming back up. Now arms across the chest, inhale. Exhale, throw the back. Alternate across each time the arms come across the chest. Try to move the joints every day, shake them out to keep them in a state of radiant, the whole body in a state of radiant health. Good. And now raise arms up over the head. Come down into squat. If you can't go down all the way, just go down to the extent that you can. Be mindful of your knees. Now back up, arms out to the side and twist from side to side. And then come back to the center. Next one, again, incorporating the squat. Circle the arms up on the inhale, exhale down, go to the height that you as low as you can. Inhale back up, exhale, circle down. Any exercises that are not suitable for your condition due to any injuries or what have you, you can skip them or just try to modify as you can. do your best. It's the effort that's most important, not the result. And then release. Now arms in front of the body. This is starting position. Inhale, circle around to the front again. Pull in on the exhale and punch right back out. Arms by the sides of the body now. Inhale, circle around to the front. Pull in on the exhale and drop the arms down. And then release. Now bending from side to side. This is for your waist. Left arm up, inhale. Bend to the right, right arm up, inhale. Bend to the left. Come back to the center. Next one, same movement. Change up the breathing. Left arm up, lifts, inhale. Bend to the right, hold the breath, go a little bit deeper and stretch. Coming back on the exhale. Right arm up, repeat, go to the left this time though. Exhale, return. Stretch the whole upside of the body. Try not to form too many wrinkles in the waist on the underside. Feel as you had weights attached to all the fingertips. The heaviness of the arm pulls you, allows your body to sink to the side more. Lose yourself in the sensations. Imagine all beings experiencing this through your body, just as you are. So ensure that you practice with mindfulness and consciousness and reverence. Not bring yourself to a place of pain, suffering, distress, and anxiety. This is not what you want to transmit and want others to feel. The quietness of the mind, the stillness of the mind that you and the body that you experience through the breath retentions. Try to keep your mind in that same calm state, unruffled, unconcerned, unjudging. One more on each side. Stretch. The other side. Reach. And return. Let's come on to the hands and knees now. Cat-cow. Inhale, arch the back. Exhale, round the back. Inhale. Telescope the neck and shoulders. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, push the belly button down towards the ground. Exhale. Thrust it up into through your lower back. Inhale, heart comes forward and down. Exhale. Right up between the shoulder blades. Inhale. Exhale. Feel the shoulder blades moving towards one another, sinking. Exhale, pushing up and separating. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And come back to neutral. Next one is for the hips. So raise your right leg up on the inhale and swing it out to the right. The leg should feel like a pendulum swinging. Modify according to your needs. You can slow it down if you need to. And then release. Left leg up. And then swing it to the left. If I get used to movement, I'm moving every day in some way. Try to exercise the joints in every way possible. And then release. Now make your way onto your belly. Anchor down through the hips, the lower body, the thighs, the tops of the feet. Join your hands together if you can. If not, just keep your arms apart. I'm going to lift the chest up. As you lift, you try to engage your buttocks and your upper back. And up, inhale. Exhale, down. Up, down. Press down to the toes. Up, down. 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 Up, and down. And relax. Drop the arms by the sides of the body. Breathe in. Breathe out all fatigue. Now bring your hands underneath your thighs with palms down. If this is too difficult, then you can just keep your hands alongside the body. Now you can either raise both legs or one leg at a time. So press into your hands, press into forearms, inhale up, legs, and back down. Up, down, the chin stays down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, push the front of the shoulders down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, and down, and release. Arms separate from the body a little bit. Breathe in. Breathe out. Remove all fatigue. Offer up every gesture, every posture. And then bring this hands on these shoulders. Push up into your table. All the way back to seat behind heels, child's pose. This next movement has this next sequence has 4 movements. Inhale, come up into high cat. Exhale, drop the hips to your hands, chest forward, shoulders back, cobra. Back into high cat. And then inhale, exhale, all the way back, seat behind heels. Kind of follow me and stay with me. Up, inhale. Exhale, chest forward. And back up, inhale. Exhale, all the way back. And then up, inhale. Exhale. Telescope the neck out of the shoulders, up, and the trunk out of the hips, and back, exhale. Inhale, move in a way that keeps the curve of the spine always smooth, forward, never unbroken, no sharp folds at the either end, at the lower back or the back of the neck, and back, exhale. Up, forward, uncoil gracefully, up, and back. Imagine your wave emerging from the ocean, coming up, rising out of the water, then reaching full height, and starting to diminish, cresting, and then disappearing back in the water. Inhale up, and forward, up, and back. powerful yet graceful movements. Up, forward, up, and back. Inhale, exhale. Moving away again. That doesn't create any big, sharp bends, angles in the body, in the spine. Up, in particular, forward. Imagine like a hose. If you fold it in half, the water flow stops. You don't want to stop the energy. Up, forward. Just keep on visualizing this spine elongating. Up and back. And again, up, forward, up, and back. And then rest here, breathe in, and breathe out. Now from here, we're going to glide through into Cobra. So pull with your hands on the inhale. Advance your body forward, glide forward, lift the head, lift and push the chest forward. Bhujangasana. All the way back. You can just come to the height that you can. You can stay in your forms if you need to. Come forward. Hold the breath, hold the pose. Everything stops again. All the mind fluctuations, the body movements, and the emotions. And back, exhale. Keep the mind ever quiet as it is in a breath retention. Carry it through no matter what you're doing. Through all activity. Hold the breath, hold the pose. And back, exhale. If it's too difficult to glide, you can start in baby plank. Come up and then drop your hips down and then continue the rest of the way up. Just lift your head up, bring your chin up. And back, exhale. Inhale again, glide or come forward and up. Push into your hands. Take the head back. And back, exhale. Try not to lose the neck. Keep your shoulders down. Roll the shoulders forward and circle them down. Hold the breath, hold the pose. And back, exhale. This time, if you like, open up your knees a little bit. Come onto your fingertips. So you can bring your feet towards the head, work the knees. Even if the toes don't touch the head. Don't worry about it, just do your best. Pull the seats back. Come forward again. Now press into your fingertips, get as much high as you can. And then maybe the feet will point the toes, maybe the head and the toes will come closer together. And back, all the way, exhale. Inhale. Almost close to the body, rise up. Hold the breath, hold the pose. And back, exhale. Inhale. Come up. Imagine you're a snake. Embody all their divine qualities. Try to see how God's grace and magnificence, the divine essence, shines in every being by just becoming one with them. And back, exhale. Copy them on all levels, mentally, physically, and emotionally. Be regal and wise, cool and coy, and magnificently fierce and strong. And back, exhale. One last time, glide forward. The best yet. Come up. Imagine having a boundless range of motion. The serpents, the king of the serpents. Back, exhale. And release here. Breathe in. Breathe out. All fatigue. Soften everything. And come forward onto your belly again. Flip onto the back. Extend the arms over the head. Stretch out through the toes and the fingers. Exhale, come into a tuck. Bring the knees to shoulders, the chin between the knees. Inhale. Exhale, tuck. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, Squeezing tight. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Feel the power and the energy surging through the body. Forward. Forehead to the knees. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Allow the body movements to be as strong as the breath and powerful as breath. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, extend this time. Hold the breath as you come into the tuck. Try to bring your shoulders up to meet the knees, the forehead to the thumbs, all the attention to the space between the forehead, the chin between the knees. Release, exhale. Inhale, stretch again, pull the body up taut. Hold the breath and tuck, make the body look like a fist. Train to bring your attention to a point immediately. Release, exhale. Practice your concentration skills. Inhale, stretch. Hold the breath and tuck. Release. The more you improve your concentration skills, the more success you'll have at meditation. Inhale, stretch. Hold the breath and tuck. Meditation is like uninterrupted concentration. And back, exhale. Keep fixing your mind on the divine essence within. Inhale. Hold the breath and tuck. And with that, think of them with love. Think divine essence with love. Release, exhale. Inhale, stretch. Hold the breath and tuck. Keep thinking of love and compassion, all those qualities that you're trying to evolve in yourself constantly. And then the mind will always be inspired and motivated to keep trying to cultivate those qualities. Inhale, stretch. Hold the breath and tuck. It's the last one. And release. Breathe in. Breathe out. Let go of all fatigue. Good. Put your hands down. Swing the legs up. If you can, bring the feet all the way back behind your head. If they can't go all the way, don't worry about it. And from here, rock up to seated. And you can do this a few times. If you're stronger, you can wait till your feet are down. And when the feet are down, lift up the seat and pull the body over your legs. Just a few more. So to the extent that you can, remember you can just use the momentum of the legs coming down to bring yourself up to seated. Just rock back and forth. Massage the spine. Try to move in a way that's graceful, not jerky. And just imagine your body moving with grace and power, and this will, chances are, translate into your movements. Good, let's just do one more. And then the next time you go back, get ready to stand. As the legs coming down, bend your knees, bend your feet, and then come right up to standing. So let's make our way to the front of the mat. Okay, so getting ready for some Surya Namaskara. Now, come to the front of the mat, and then from here, come back to the intention of offering up all the fruits of the practice. Do the practice because it must be done. An act of divine love, an expression of love towards all beings. So, let's begin. Raise your arms up over the head. Reach up and back, lean back if you feel fit. To do so, fold the body down. Bring the body down, chest on your thighs. Bend your knees if you need to bring your hands flat on the ground. Then the right foot back, lower down the knees, sink down to the seat. Push back through the right heel into high plank. Bring the knees down, the seat all the way back behind the heels. Glide forward between your arms smoothly, coming up into the cobra. All the way back, the seat behind the heels. Come forward again. the shoulders back, the head up, all the way back again. Send your body forward. Should be a familiar movement we did in a warm-up. Roll over your toes now back into Adho Mukha Svanasana. Now the heart to melt towards the ground. Then a right foot steps forward to the hands, back knee down, press back to the left heel, and then feet come together, Uttanasana. Pull the body against the legs, head down. Bend your knees again if you need to. Come all the way up. Arch back, engage spikes in the upper back to support you in the movements. Back, hands to the hearts. Raise your arms up over the head, stretch the whole front of the body. Come forward and down, Uttanasana. Left foot back, knee down, into the plank. Down we go with the knees, the seat all the way back. Glide forward again, smoothly into the cobra. And back again, 2 more times. Brush the nose to the ground, or modify by coming to baby plank and drop your hips down. If that's more accessible for you. All the way back. One last time, glide forward. Come up into your cobra. Roll over your toes, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Lift the seat up and back, mount the heart. Left foot steps forward, back knee down. And then the feet come together, Uttanasana. Pull the body against the legs. Come right up to stand and reach up and back. Hands back to the heart. Don't worry about the breath, just move the body in a way that feels natural and comfortable. That will keep the breath steady and uniform. The breath will figure it out and deliver ease and fluidity of movement. Now right foot back, lower down a knee, sit down to the seat, into the high plank. And from here, bring the seat all the way back. This time, try to come right through into upward facing dog. Push into the floor with your hands, push into reach your toes, come up without touching your thighs and your knees to the ground if possible. If not, just do it the way that we did. Now here, just stay here for a moment. You can walk your feet a little bit further forward. Push your hips further forward between your hands and your shoulders back. Wow. Push your heels back as well. Feel like a dog howling at the moon. Now roll over your toes, back into downward facing dog. Flex the spine here. Try to get your chest down towards the ground, the head below the arms. Try not to bend the arms, keep your arms straight, your shoulders come down. This will help to open up your shoulders. Good. Now the right foot forward to the hands, drop down to the seat. If you can, keep the left knee up, keep pressing back to the left heel. And bring the feet back together, Uttanasana, pull the body onto your legs. Come right up to stand, reach up and back. Come back home, hands to the heart. Go up again, reach up. Imagine you're doing a divine dance of devotion. Every movement reflects surrender, such as this, the humbleness. Good. Now, left foot back. Press back to the back heel, lower the knee, sink down to the seat. Into the plank. From here, bring the seat all the way back again. See if you can glide right through without touching your knees and your hips to the ground, coming into upward facing dog. This time, oscillate between upward and downward facing dog. Round your back, drop your chest down below the arms, and then come forward towards ground, and then come forward again. Round your back, come forward, tuck the tailbone, and then push your chest forward, shoulders back, and back the other way again. Round your back, imagine trying to push your heart right between your shoulder blades, and then down towards ground. Come forward again, round your back. Allow the head to go back. Make like a duck howling at the moon. And back the other way. Stay here in downward facing dog for a moment. Again, work your shoulders. Try to get the shoulders close to the ground, the head down. Push the thighs, the shins back. Feel like a dog stretching its back, and imitate the dog who's loyal to its master. Now from here, the left foot forward, drop down to the seat, but keep the right knee up, shoulders back. And then the feet come together, Uttanasana, pull the body down onto your legs. Come right to standing, arch back, hands back to the heart. Good. And just a few more, different variation. Reach the arms up and back, pull the hands down to the ground. Fold the body in half, lift the hand, chest, press at your hands. You can hop or walk back. If you're hopping back, bend your elbows as you go down so you don't land the big heavy thud into upward facing dog or cobra. and back into downward facing dog. Again, ready to come forward, lift the heels, bend the knees up to your hands. Bring your feet forward, hopping or walking. Pull the body down onto your legs. Come right up to standing. Hands back to the heart. And again, raise your arms up, stretch the whole front of the body. Every movement reflecting devotion. Again, open yourself with divine grace and then fold your body down, head down in own humbleness. Lift hand, chest, press into your hands. Hop or walk back. Into chaturanga or on your belly and right into upward facing dog or cobra. Right back into downward facing dog. Again, ready to come forward again. Lift the heels, look at the space between your hands. Hold the breath. And if you're jumping, and then bring your feet between your hands. Pull the body down onto your legs. Come right up to standing, reach up and back. Arch the back as you see fit. Hands back to the heart. Stay here for a moment. Breathe in from the heart up to the space between the eyebrows. Send all your love up there. Exhale back down to the heart. Keep that connection open, that passage open to the breath. The breath, the energy, positive energy, and the love can keep flowing up and out to all beings. So standing on your left foot first now. Let's try some balance poses. Let's start off with tree. Bring your right foot onto your left thigh on the inside. If it's too much to have if you can't have the heel right at the root, you can have it lower, just not against the inside of the knee, just below or above. If you're having trouble balancing, just keep your toes on the ground. If you have a lotus, you can do the lotus. The foot on the edge of the hip, on the hip crease, and you can keep holding on with the hand if you need to. You can reach around with the right hand and hold the elbow. If you want, if you're more flexible, you can see if you can lean forward, take the foot, the big toe, and then the left hand to the heart, Yana Mudra, shoulders back. If you want, depending which one you're in, with both hands or one hand free, you can raise your arm up. Get yourself up higher like you're reaching for the warmth and the light of the sun. Good, now from here, bend your knee. See if you can take your left hand to the ground carefully and pull the body towards the leg. You can keep your knee bent if you need to rest your body on your thigh. More flexible, try to get your seat directly over the heel. If you want, you can even try to take your free hands to your ankle and pull your body down. Or just keep your hand on the side of the foot. Okay, so if it's too much, both hands on the ground and just keep your belly resting against the thigh. Bend your knee as much as you need to. Then make your way back up, bend your knee. You can release your toe if you need to, or keep it attached to the foot if you can, and release. Other side, tree pose. Standing on the right foot now, bring the left foot up. Take it to whatever position, variation you want. Press the base of the toes, the toe pads, and heel firmly into the thigh. Fix your gaze on a point. And you can release the arms up like the branches of a tree. Grow tall. Whatever expression you're in, just try to become the tree as much as possible. Embody the steadiness, the straightness. Be resplendent in all your offerings, your fruits, the oxygen that you give, the shade, everything. Good. Now from here, bring your hands down. So if you're bending down, I should mention this, you can bring your leg like figure four across the chest, across the thigh. Bring your hands down and then just see if you can slide your hands in, rest your belly on your leg. I apologize, I should have mentioned that before if you're doing this variation. Pull the body down. Again, if you like, you can take the right hand to your ankle, maybe even the left hand. So just always try to test your potential. Go to the edge of your potential. Your fingertips on the ground if you have trouble balancing. And then release, bring your hands down to the ground, and then rise back up. And then release. Good. So one more. Come to the back into the mat. Step forward with your left foot. Arms out to the side, like the wings of a great eagle. Bend your left knee so you can bring your belly onto your thigh and raise your right leg up. Arch the back. The head comes about the height of the knee. Your foot comes higher than the head if you can. Curve your back. If you want, you can also bring your hands together, interlace them, toppling tree. Bring your hands over your shoulders. You're falling towards your toes. If it's too much, you bring your fingertips to the ground if you can't find a balance. Remain unjudging, unconcerned no matter what happens. Now from here, come back up. And release. Try it on the other side now. Stepping forward with the right foot. Arms up to the side. And come down. Bend your knee. Bring your belly onto your thigh. And when you find the ability, raise the left leg up. Find your gaze first on a point. Can you start with the index fingers on the ground and then lift the leg up as high as you can, and then peel your belly a little bit off the thighs. Feel like a great eagle soaring through the air at great speed. You have to visualize the being that you're trying to represent and put yourself in that, in their bodies, in their mindset. And then release, push into the right foot and come back up. Now from here, come to the middle of the mat, facing out along edge of the mat, fingertips together at the height of the shoulders, jump your feet apart, go to your left, turn in a way that you can see the screen, and then come a little bit forward, try to get your knee over the toe, get nice and long and strong, like the warrior. From here, bring the right arm up to meet the left, Virabhadrasana 1. Straight line from the base of the spine up to the fingertips. If you can't turn your hip forward, you can lift the back heel up. Rise up tall, keep the back leg strong, try not to sag through the back of the knee. Now lower the knee down, flatten up the toes. Right from here, Kapiyasana. Rock the shoulders back and forth, try to get the arms behind the ears. Other modifications, just hands on the knee, push the belly up, extend the body out of the hips, allow the head to drop back, or on your seat if you like. Press into your seat with your hands pulled down, but push the fingertips up as you're trying to lift your rib basket up, away from the seat. Elbows try to come together behind the back, or close together. Now break the pose, come back upright. From here, left hand down, and from here, lift the back knee up. Come into Parsvakonasana, right arm over the head. If you find you can't do this so easily, you can either place your hand on a block or come up higher. Bring your left arm on your left knee and raise your right arm up over the head. Try to make sure that that right hip is not sticking up. Straight line of energy from the foot all the way to the hand. Roll the right shoulder back. Come forward again. Turn forward. If you can, you can keep the back knee up. Right to Pali Vita Parsvakonasana. Right arm up. Go to the outside of the thigh. I'll do it this way so you can see. Try to have your arm resting on the outside of the knee. Left hand pushes into the right. Really press hard so the belly comes up higher. Some of the chest comes towards the thumbs, and then roll the left shoulder back. If it's too much, you're losing your balance, you can lower the back knee on the ground. Bend the toes under on the back foot. Your heel and your knee, the back knee is in one line. Try to pull the left hip back, the head forward. So this and the chest and the head are face are facing up. Those who know the body can go ahead, push the seats back, create space, elbow starts close, just against the shin, and then push the hand through, using your left hand to help on the elbow. And then pull the hand through a little bit more, hold the hand from underneath. With the knee off the ground eventually. pose. Bring the right knee down, look forward. Move the left foot out. Slide your right toes back and then drop down through the right. Try to get your right hip in a form to come down. Roll to your left, see if you can get your left form on the ground. So this looks like Sphinx at this point. Try to anchor down, sink your hips down. If your hips don't come on down all the way, just feel, imagine there's rocks in your hip pockets and in your thighs, or a big weight sitting on the top of the seat. Maybe the body will sink down more with that visualization. Keep reaching forward with the head and chest. If you're very flexible, your hips are on the ground, the belly, the pelvis, eventually the belly and the chest will eventually come down as well. Go ahead and do it if you can. If your chest is down, your shoulder's right beside the foot. The knee is close to the shoulder, make sure it doesn't pop out to the side. Good. And now press into your hands. And then from here, to the left as you can see. Ardha Hanumanasana, lift the toes up and sink your body down onto your front thigh. Take your attention to wherever you feel tight. Direct your attention there, and that's where the prana will go. Shoulders right beside the knee. And from here, lean forward a little so you can bring your left foot flat on the ground, push into your hands and lift your seats back up. Come up again, arms out, turn to the other side. Right toes pointing forward, Virabhadrasana, 2. Strong pose again, nice straight lines. Choose the intentions of the warrior to protect, to serve. Into warrior 1. Again, you can lift the back heel up. If it's easier for you to turn the hips forward so they're square, rise up tall. Lower the back knee down, flatten out the toes. Into Kapiyasana here. Rock the shoulders back, try to get the arms beside or behind your ears. Use your arms to pull the body further by the hips. Again, do the modifications as you need to. Push your chest up away from the seat. Good. And from here, break the pose. Bring the right hand down to the ground beside your foot. Lift the back knee up. Keep your hip low. Left arm goes over the head. Parashvakonasana. Again, modify if you need to by coming up higher. Or have a hand on a block. Try not to crunch up the underside of the body. Left shoulder rolls back. Now turn towards the front. Lift the back heel. If you can keep your knee up. Left arm up. And then see if you can get your arm, the armpit sitting on the outside of the knee. Right hand pushes into your left. So you start close to shoulder, but as you push the right hand down to the left, the body comes up, the belly comes over the thigh, and then you can maybe take your right shoulder all the way back. Take the bind, if you know the bind. Use the right hand to help. The hands come out, arms go scooch under a little bit more. You use the right hand over your back and pull the hand through further, and then take hold of the wrist with the right wrist with your left hand. Of course, bring the knee to the ground as well to modify as you need to. The trick is not to move too fast. If you move fast, you lose your balance. Then break the pose. As the inside, left knee down, slide your left toes back. The right foot goes to your right more. And anchor down. Fall to your left, see if you can get your left hip and left forearm to come down, and then roll to the right. Again, stay higher if you need to on your hands. If your hip doesn't come as far away from the ground, just keep on sinking your hips. Imagine doing a cobra pose. And when the hips are anchored down, it becomes more easy to come down lower. The belly will want to follow with the hips heavy, and then eventually eventually maybe the chest. Do the poses that seem familiar, try to find those poses. And then the rest of it will fall into place. Just, you have to keep on seeing the commonality in the forms. We're all one, we're all the same. And from here, press into your hands. And from here, turn towards the side of the mat, the long side of the mat. Arms out and come up. Good. From here, jump the feet back together. Now turn to face long edge of the mat. So if you can, you fall onto your hands into plank pose. If you need to, just lower down onto your knees. So again, be careful of your wrists if you don't have, if your wrists are a little compromised. So come forward, hold the breath, and then come onto your hands. Plank, side plank is next. Left hand loose in front of the nose, arms straight up and down, hand to hand. You can stack your right foot on top of the left if you find a balance, or keep the foot in front a little bit easier. Push your hips up now, push your hips forward. And then come back to plank, go on the other hand. Right hand moves more to the center of the mat. Turn towards your left. Your hands a little bit from the shoulder, so try not to drop down into your shoulder and lose your neck. If you push your hips up higher, you'll have more ability to stay in a pose. And coming back to plank. From here, one more round. This time, push your seat up and back a little bit more. Move your left hand more to the right, again in front of the nose. Come into side plank, you can stay there. You can drop down on your left knee if your wrist is getting tired. If you want to go further, slide the right toes back just alongside the left foot knee and push your hips up. Bring left foot in. Wild thing. See if you reach for the floor with your right hand. If you have good balance and your left foot and your left hand are firmly down, you might be able to take your knee up, your foot right off the ground. Take hold of the knee. If you have the reach, take hold of the foot, again, according to your abilities. You have to push your hip right up like you're doing Urdhva Dhanurasana. Now come out of the pose, push into your left hand and come back. Do it on the other side now. Right hand moves more to the center of the mat. Move the right foot in a little bit. Keep your foot at 45 degrees, not turn too much. So toes pointing towards the right corner of the mat. Keep your hip right up. Notice how my arm is fully extended. And the left foot, the base of the toes down, so that you can take your weight up off your left foot entirely. Take hold of the knee. Maybe take hold of the foot eventually. Push your hip up. Push into the base of the big toe of the right foot. Break the pose. Keep pushing to the right hand. Return to downward facing dog. Breathe in. Breathe out. Make like a dog stretching its back. Ever humble, ever playful, ever loyal to its master. And then lower the knees down to the ground. From here, bring your forearms down onto the ground. Take hold of your opposite elbows. Make sure your elbows are underneath your shoulders so you can take hold of your hands easily. And then don't move your elbows, just move your hands, interlace your fingers, and then place your head between your palms. From here, lift up your seat. If you feel comfortable, walk your feet towards your elbows as much as you can. And then so you can lift up off your heels. Press into your toes. As you lift your heels, your head rolls more back at your hands. Your hands are like a helmet for the head. Push into your forearms more so that it takes some of the weight off your head. If you feel comfortable, you can raise one leg up. Allow the foot to hang towards your seat behind your back. Just push the knee back as far as you can. Above your hips and beyond, behind. Eventually, you can keep pressing your heels, your palms into the head. Hold your breath. And see if you can pull your toes of the front foot off the ground. Very lightly. Don't jump. You don't need to jump. You just have to pull your foot away. This way, have to try to get your foot as close to your elbows as possible. Now, if this is inaccessible, you can do it on your hands, the forehead on the ground, your hands beside your knees, heels, wrists align with your heels of the palms align with your knees, and then lift your seat. Walk your feet as far forward as possible so your shoulders and your hips are roughly in the same line. And just rest your shins just below the knees against the elbows. Push into your hands and maybe flick your toes up, even just maybe one toe. Dance up one toe, 1 foot at a time. Eventually, you might be able to get your feet up. If this is still too much, just keep your head on the ground in front of your knees. Keep your seat high as possible over your knees. And just come onto the top of the head or the back of the head if you feel, if your neck can take it. And according to your condition, if you can move onto the back of the head a little bit, you feel a nice stretch through the back of the neck, but if it's very uncomfortable, if it's painful, of course, do the pose according to your condition. And then lower down out of the pose. If you're in headstand or any kind of variation, you can come down. Breathe in. Breathe out, soften everything. Good. Now from here, come up and then bend your toes under. Come back into a squat. Push your arms, your upper arms against the knees really hard. And now bring your hands down. Your arms, your legs are already on your arms. Your knees are close to shoulders. Squeeze your knees into the shoulders. Lift the heels. If you lift your heels, your head comes up high, your shoulders come over the fingertips. So your arms stay bent. Keep pressing your arms, upper arms against your legs and inner thighs and vice versa. Hold your breath. Push right down into the ground. Your shoulders are over the fingertips. And then see if you can flick your toes away from the ground. So, eventually you come a little bit further forward. Your chest has to come forward, shoulders over the fingertips. Keep your head high so you don't take a nosedive down. If you're more proficient at this pose, you can do bakasana, the knees in the armpits. Shift forward, your shins resting on the backs of the arms, upper arms, and bring your toes up. And then release, come down, circle your wrists around. Last one we're going to do. If you feel comfortable, you start the same way, coming into crow pose. Tilt forward, really rest your shins, press your shins against the upper arms, tuck your chin in and bring your forehead down. Always control, you have to keep pushing into your hands and then come into your teddy bear, your shins sitting on your arms. If you feel comfortable, you raise your legs up. So if you are comfortable, do it with me. Your legs up, headstand. Otherwise, rest in crow pose or do a modification. Your head on the ground as always, your seat up. Now those in headstand come down, tuck back in, your knees coming close into your body. Hold your breath, press into your hands and land your arms back, your legs onto your arms. Flex your toes, push into your hands, hold your breath and lift your head up. Back into crow and back down. This is all, of course, not important if you can't do it. Just do your best and just do what is suitable for your abilities. Forehead down, breathe in, breathe out. You have to keep imagining yourself in a practice you can't access right now. And make that your motivation to continue to practice. But no attachment to results, just do it again because it must be done. Come up. So every posture has a consciousness associated to it, has a benefit. So you want to bring as much benefit to all beings as possible. This is why I keep on trying the different things, the different experiences. Ultimately, you have to pass through everything. You pass through all the experiences to gain all the knowledge. Lay sitting at the front of the mat, tuck your chin in, press into your arms and send your feet behind your head, plow pose. Move your hands together, so you have to kind of lean to the right, get your left shoulder back a little bit and under, and your right shoulder, so you can bring your hands together. And then bring your hands onto your back. If you feel uncomfortable coming up too high, you bring your knees just hovering over your head. If you feel comfortable to come up, sometimes it's easier to come up one leg at a time. Bring one leg up, stretch as much as you can, push into your back with your hands, and then send the other one up to meet it. Straight line from the toes to the chin. If your elbows are not behind your back, they're sort of at the side, you can modify as you need to. Just your legs might not come up all the way. It's okay, just do again what you're able to. If you have a lotus, take your lotus. Keep one hand on the back if you need both a hand to help your feet into lotus. If you're right on top of your shoulders, whether you're in lotus, your legs are straight. If you're right on top of your shoulders, you'll eventually have the ability to get your hands onto your thighs. Even in lotus, you have to try to get your knees up in the same line as your chin, so keep pushing hips forward, keep coming right on top of your shoulders. Close your eyes, bring your attention to the space between your eyebrows. Leave the body by itself. Ensure the body is steady and comfortable. Eventually, you practice, all poses become comfortable and steady, and you find the ability to meditate in any posture, become one with the form. If you have lotus, you can go into Pindasana. You bring your thighs onto your body, your lotus onto your body. If you do a full embryo pose, of course, you can go ahead, wrap your arms around the outsides of the legs, bring your hands underneath the feet. If you don't have a lotus, come back to plow. Feet come behind the head. Keep your hands on the back of your feet, don't come all the way down. If they do, you can also bring your thighs onto your chest, your knees on the other side of the head. Go deeper within, close off the ears and the eyes so you're not bothered by the senses coming in, the inputs coming into those sense organs. Now from here, come out of the pose, hands behind the back. Start to make your way down. When your seat lands on the wrists, keep bringing your legs down until they're about halfway down, 45 degrees. Release your lotus if you have a lotus. Push your back up off the mat, sitting like a letter V. Push your chest up, your shoulders back, so you can get the top of the head to the ground. Those you know flying fish, you can go ahead, you can bring your hands in front of your legs with your hands together. If it's too much, with your legs up, just bring your legs down to the ground. And now, if you're doing flying fish, it looks like this, your hands are together in the same angle as the legs. And breathe very fast to the nose. Bring your feet down, keep the head where it is. If you feel comfortable, bring your fingertips on the other side of the head and lift your seat up off the mat. Push in your fingertips, glide your head back closer to your feet, your heels, and then turn your hands around. Fingers facing a little bit towards the outside, but towards your heels as well. You can stay here, or take a half breath in and lift your head up off the ground. Urdhva Dhanurasana. If this is too much, just stay in bridge pose, or stay with your head on the ground, top head on the ground. So bridge pose, you stay on the back head's on the ground, your shoulders are on the ground, but you try to lift your seat up and try to get your chest towards your chin. Curl the tail under, try to have your backs to your knees and your heels in the same line. Keep pushing your chest up. If you're in Urdhva Dhanurasana, rock back and forth a little bit. Come off your heels. Stretch the whole front of the body. Rise up. Try to straighten your arms and legs a little bit more. Always according to your abilities. And bring your feet down, your heels down, and then bring your head down softly. If you're in Urdhva Dhanurasana, lie on your back. Breathe in. Breathe out. Relax. Imagine you're fainting. Now bring the right leg up. Take hold of the ankle. Bring the knee to the shoulder. And see if you can pull on the foot. Try to get your foot closer to the head. If your hips are very tight, your hamstrings are tight, you can slide your left foot in closer to the seat. Keep your left foot flat on the ground. And now from here, see if you can peel your shoulders up off the mat. Bring your forehead to the shin, or your nose to your shin. Bring your head back down. Bring your knee down to the ground beside your body, underneath your arm for a happy baby pose. Now swing your left leg up. And then push into your left hand beside your body. Tuck your chin in, hold the breath and come up to seated position. Okay, just like this. And from here, see if you can bring your foot towards your head. Try not to hunch the back. Try to keep your back straight. If it doesn't go too far, don't worry about it, just do your best. Then from here, push the foot up, close to the shoulder, and right up. If you can bring your right arm in front. So it sometimes helps to bring your knee back first. So push into your foot, get the knee back behind your body, and then bring your right shoulder in front of your knee. And you can either bring your hand to the heel or across the foot to get more flexibility, and take your foot up, compass pose. Turn your hands, the fingers are facing towards the outside. And then try not to shrink and hunch down, keep your back tall. Push your chest up. And then from here, release. So now, take hold, bring your left leg up, bend the knee, take hold of the ankle, tuck your chin in, roll down. Take your leg, your foot towards your head, your knee on the shoulder. Start with your knee on the shoulder. If you can't get your leg very straight, just don't worry about it, just do your best. Slide your right foot in if you need to as well, is always an option. And bring your shoulders up off the ground, try to bring your forehead to the shin. Happy baby pose, half happy baby pose, bring the left knee to the ground. Beside your body, underneath your arm. And swing the right leg up, right hand beside your body, hold your breath, tuck your chin in, and see if you can throw yourself up to seated position. From here, see if you can touch your forehead, your foot to your forehead. Bring your foot closer without hunching forward if you can. And then just move your knee a little bit to the outside, behind your shoulder, and see if you can take your left arm in front. So your left shoulder is just sitting inside the knee, the back of the knee, and then you can take your left foot up, holding the heel or holding the outside of the foot, across the front of the foot. Push this leg back. These are all preparations to get your leg behind your head eventually, perhaps. Keep tall, look up towards the right. Bring both legs down, left leg down, and then from here, your knees together, right hand just down the center of the back, right against the back. Left arm pushes against the outside of right thigh. Inhale, push lower back up and in. Turn to the right. Keep your back tall and straight. Move the knee beyond the edge of the body so you're not obstructing your abdomen. And go to the other side. Push your right arm against the outside of the left thigh. Keep your lower back pressing up and in. Prop yourself up with your left arm behind you. Keep your knees together. Make sure your right knee is not falling away from the left. Rise up tall on the inhale. Twist a little more on your exhale. The whole body moves with your spine. Not just the eyes turn. And then release, come onto your back now. Just lie down softly on your back. Once you're on your back, just relax. Allow all the muscles to just dissolve into softness. Imagine that everything just liquefied instantly. Your muscles, your skin, your organs even. Bones just floating around in that sea of fluid. Completely soft, all the tension melted away with the muscles, with everything. No sense of restriction whatsoever, completely free and fluid and flowing, free flowing. Just imagine that ocean as an endless reservoir for all the qualities, each drop representing all beings, each being, and all the goodness that they hold, all the wisdom and the love. The strength, the courage. And as you can't tell one drop from the next, think of all beings as those drops. We're all the same, all holding a portion of God in every one of us in this spiritual heart. So think of that sea as just the universal soul, the universal space that we all reside in, that we all share together, all our gifts, all our energy, all our love. Impossible to distinguish one from the next, each drop. And be the same with your compassion and love. Not just your family and friends are deserving of it, all beings. Mind as quiet as those waters, those undisturbed waters. Just think of those waters as a sea of love, compassion, wisdom. When the mind is quiet, you see everything with love. So repeat yourself the following sentence 3 times to ingrain that idea in your mind and heart. Come back to it every day to see its realization in all that you do in your day-to-day life as well as on the mat. I see the divine essence in all beings. Repeat that to yourself 3 times. to carry it out in the world, in your day-to-day life. Make your way back to seated position, softly and quietly and reverently. We'll close the practice with Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Instill this peace within, send it out to all beings everywhere. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Be receptive to the grace of God. All is within. Thank you so much for coming. Have a wonderful day.